Hey guys, welcome back to my garden. I have done a lot of work out here and made a few changes that I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna turn the camera around and get into it because it is cold out here today. Okay, let's get into it. So first of all, check and see how much work I got done. Right now we're gonna, don't look at the 4 plants on the side. We gotta put that in place. I also gotta repot them and cut out the dead. I don't know if all 4 of them is gonna be alive for me to do what I need to do, but a lot of them, there's about 3 of them sections of it is dead. So the 4 pots I'm not sure about yet, but I did do some changes in the garden, you can see. And you know, minus the mess, there's a lot of mess out here right now, but we're still working, projects are still going on. Okay, so the first change out here is the garden beds. So as you can see, I switched the garden beds and I moved the 2 what you call it, aluminum, I think it's aluminum. I moved the 2 of them from over here next to the cherry tree and I brought them over here because I want the whole garden space like in one section, and we are planning to do a little short fence, like I'm not sure yet, so I don't want to put words on it yet, but we're trying to enclose this garden space so that the bunnies and the deers will stay out of it. Now as you can see, I planted a whole bunch of stuff out here, and that's what I'm gonna walk through. The only one that is not finished, I haven't finished this bed yet. This is leftover stuff from last year that is in this bed. I still gotta put compost and all that in here, so this one is a work in progress. Over here in the flower bed, y'all, the beautiful lights that I put in here, I had to take the lights back to Home Depot because the lights was not working well, and I think it was like $50 for about $52 for about 5 of them or 6 of them. I think it was 6 of them, and we bought 12, and it started to give us a hard time, so we decided to pull them all out and take them back. So, and I didn't replace it with anything because I just didn't want to be disappointed again. But maybe in the future I'm gonna find something in this bed. But y'all, let me give you a peek of the viburnum. Look at that. Look at that beauty. It was budded up the last time I showed you guys, and I thought I didn't get a chance to see the blooms, but the blooms finally come out. It was a lot more whiter than it is right now. Look at that. My goodness, I always love to see this. I love to see it, the blooms on this viburnum. It looks so pretty. Oh, good mercy, yes. Anyway, all right, we're going back to the vegetable garden. Over here, we're still cleaning up. There's still a lot of cleaning up going on. If you look around, you'll see everything is out of place. It looks quite messy, but it's okay. We're gonna get it in order soon. We're gonna do that pretty soon. Now, starting over here in this bed right here, I have a lot of cilantro on this side, and that's from last year, and I put it in the corner, and right now I'm literally cutting from it to cook. So that is going to be gone in a jiffy, but I did plant a few more that I started from seeds. And so let me tell you, in this video I decided to take the idea of the not impatient gardener, what's her, I'm gonna see if I find the name of her channel and put it on my screen, because I took a few pages out of her book when it was come to the vegetable gardening, and I think it's gonna work out really good, but we'll see, time will tell. So what I did was, instead of planting like 1 or 2 things or 3 things in one space, I plugged in a whole bunch of different stuff. In this bed I have I think I have chard. I have I put a few flowers in here. I have peppers, jalapeno peppers. I have, what else I have in here? I'm trying to remember everything, y'all. I didn't put the name. I have cabbage. I put cabbage like dotted out. There's about 8 or 10 cabbage in this bed because I did decide that I wanted to grow a lot of cabbage. And what else? What else? I have some cilantro. I have, well, this is cilantro. I think that one is basil. At the end, I did put quite a few things in this bed, but y'all, you see what happens when you don't mark stuff? You tend to can't remember. But I mean, you guys can see it. There's a lot of small plants going on here, but they're all seedlings that I planted, that I start indoors, and I brought them out and in hopes of them doing big things for me over here. Over here have a lot. I have peppers in this bed, although it's still a little chilly. I had some green peppers. I put this out. I have rosemary. I have chives. I put some flowers in this bed as well. All on the end here, I put onions. In fact, I put onions completely around here. Then I have some more cilantro and basil, and I believe this one is what, a mint. Let's see. Actually, no, this is not mint. This is sage. Sage gets really big, but it's on this corner and I feel like it's gonna do good. I have a mint in that corner. I have beets. I put some beets right there. This beets is kind of like a clump together. Once it starts to grow up, I'm gonna thin it out. I didn't want to try to thin it out because I didn't want it to mess up the root ball, because the root ball wasn't that strong. So, and what I think I'm gonna do, I may come out with like some beet seeds and put it in there. I may like come out and add, at some point I'm gonna add like a little bit of carrot seeds, dot all over, so I can still grow some carrots, because the amount of stuff I'm trying to grow that I normally eat, I'm starting to run out of space. And I'm in the gardening steps that I look at for this gardener that I'm talking about. I am gonna put her on the bottom of my screen. She had put a whole bunch of stuff in the garden. In fact, she did taught us that whenever you're gardening, try not to leave too much space in the garden. Leaving too much space, you're leaving space for weeds, and I hate weeding. So I kind of cluster and like really pack a lot of stuff in this bed. And as things start to grow, I hope that, you know, it come up with enough space and occupy the bed properly without any like disease and stuff like that. I'm just trying to follow the guide. So it's a little bit different to what I normally do. So I kind of jumped out of pocket here. Now over here, I already did, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beds that are filled up with different things. I have broccoli in the middle of this bed. I have some more cilantro, some basil, some rosemary, some something else on the end here, you know. Let's see. I have peppers. I have what is this again? Celery. I put some celery in here. I have some more celery over here. Yo, I put lavender. I got lavender over here. I put one more cabbage right there. I also put like what else I put in here? I really try to choke it up, y'all. I try to choke it up, but yet leaving space for things to grow properly. I know that broccoli is gonna need some space, so I put it in the middle, and I put them like maybe like a foot apart. So it have enough space to grow. As things grow, I'm gonna know where to put what, you know what I mean? Also, although I have so many other things that I need to put in the beds, I'm gonna wait until stuff is growing up so I know the kind of space I got. And it's still pretty chilly out here. We had a couple of warm days, but it's still pretty chilly. Over here I have what, mustard greens? Might be mustard. Let's see. I have lettuce over here, some thyme, some more herbs, more this is green onions. I put onions all over. I put, what else I put in here, y'all? I'm asking you guys what I put in here. So I didn't put a tag on anything. Literally, I didn't put any plant tags. So it is truly, I gotta try to remember exactly what is out here. And I know I'm gonna remember. It's just in the moment. Sometimes, you know, in the moment of video, and you tend to forget like what you have, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna remember everything I put out here. Even if it does not have a tag on it, I'm gonna remember. Okay? But I absolutely love how everything is turning out. Like, and I'm praying that the bunnies do not come before I'm able to secure everything that is out here, because I feel like I would die. There was a lot of hard work put into this bed. A lot. Okay? Now over here in these two beds, I try to, like, it's almost symmetry because I had so much of each item, and I try to plug some flowers in here too. So on the two end, you're gonna notice on that end and on that end right there, I have peas because I want the peas to climb up this little trellis thing here. The one thing I have to do is put strings like in the middle so that the beans have something to hold on to, because sometimes these trellis, you got to put something in the middle for it to have like ground it or ground all of them, because it will start running out the pot or something like that. So I need to run a stringer or something in the middle so it can actually climb up more. I have green onions on both sides there and there, and I did the same thing over there. Everything I did to one bed, I did it to the other one. I have 3 cabbage in the middle. Then I put over here, I put some chard. No, that is not chard. My bad. That is kale. I put kale on the end here, and I put kale over there. I also put kale like in the middle here of the flowers, and I also put celery on the end here. So for the cabbages, I put like the cabbage in the middle, and like the celery and the onions and the, you know, chives and stuff, I put that on the end. And I did the same thing over here. The reason I left so much space in the middle is so the cabbage will have enough space to grow, to spread and, you know, open out. Now as they grow, if I realize there's a lot more sides, then I can plug something else in the space to occupy that space, because my intention in this garden is not to leave no space. Like, I don't want to have any space that something else can go. And if I don't have a vegetable to put in that space, what I'm gonna do is add maybe some flowers or something like that. Something in the space. Y'all, I know you could hear this little chime keep going off all the time and keeping all the songs while I am talking. But yeah, it looks so beautiful. It was a lot of time out here. It took me a long time because there's a lot of small pieces, and I wanted to make sure that it's done properly, it's done correctly, and it's done a little different to what my normal is. Now again, I still have to work on the end bed. and that end is gonna get like my peppers and tomatoes and cucumbers, and I'm gonna put a trellis in the middle there or something so that cucumbers can run on. And I want to do long bean asparagus, and I want to do eggplant, and see how many things I want to do. I want to do so many things, but I don't know if I have space for everything. But in the meantime, I'm gonna just enjoy what's here, because some work was done out here, y'all. Some work was done out here, and right now literally it feels so good. Vegetables left over here and over here, and I'm gonna find places to plant everything, because believe you me, I am getting these stuff planted. I also gotta start my seeds for my cucumbers and stuff like that, and I am gonna take care of that as well. Now over here in this box, I wanted to just put strawberries, but I needed space. I needed space, so I did tuck. There's 2 strawberries right here to the end. I tuck strawberries. I put some romaine lettuce, some spinach right here to the front. I got some arugula. I pop some arugula here. I love arugula. So I did the same thing. Like, I had about 6 arugula. I got a 6-pack from Lowe's, I believe. So Lowe's or Home Depot. It might be Home Depot, but I just tuck 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. I tucked in some arugula. I had some more cilantro. I tucked these in at the end. Y'all, I grow a lot of cilantro. I use a lot, and you know, during the once it starts to get too hot, these cilantros are basically gonna gone, or they're gonna go to seed. So I did do a lot of them. Anyway, I have my spinach in here, and right about now I can start just cutting on the spinach, but I'm gonna give it some time, let it kind of like catch itself and hold, you know, stand on its own in this box, and that's when I'm gonna start to cut on it, because I haven't started spinach anywhere else. It was just in this space. The lettuce, I can actually cut on the lettuce right now, but again, I'm gonna let it just stand on its own, let it catch itself, and then I'm gonna start to cut on it. Now once it starts to heat up and the lettuce is going away, or the arugula, whichever one, once they start to go away, I will probably just pull them out and tuck something else in here. But this box, so good, so good. I wanted to put some flowers as well, but as you can see, I can't tuck any flowers in here. It's just way too full. So yeah, I feel really good getting so much done. My only problem is worrying about the rabbits. It's not so much the deers, because they come once in a while, but the rabbits, I am so worried about the rabbits. And I've done so much work out here, and I'm hoping that it doesn't go or pass for nothing. You know, although I have more stuff that I can plug in places, I just don't want them to come and eat my stuff. Okay, I know sometimes when we garden, My mom always say some for them and some for you, you know. But right now in its early stage, that I'm so excited, waiting patiently for everything to grow nicely. I don't want them to come and touch anything. Okay, so pray for me. Okay, pray for me. Pray for me. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for spending whatever time you had here with me, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.